So last time I think we read through الدرس الثالث, which was pretty big and dense lesson. Now it had a lot of different contents, but I don't think we got to the actual text. So this is what we'll start with. Now I did realize the PDF version that we were using, it had some issues. For example, as you can see, you have page number 11 and then it goes to page number 13. Now, so what we've done last time when we're doing second lesson, we just read this page and then we just did few exercises and we thought the lesson was over. So if you want to read, you can do it. There are so many other exercises which belong to lesson number 2. Maybe I can do it, but before I go there, I will show you this PDF. I got another PDF. This is directly from the author's website. Yeah, so you're studying lesson number 2, so it is in proper order. Okay. So I'll just quickly take a peek at lesson number 2, maybe just a few things, and then we'll do lesson number 3. So this is the part that I think we skipped. Just go through it. Nothing to it, honestly. Here we're mostly using laisa. So this is a conjugation for the third person plural, laisu, which we already learned. Don't worry, these verb conjugations properly, the Musannif rahimullah will teach you in this book, even for the past tense verbs. Remember, in book 1, we did do conjugations for the past tense verbs. But this book from today's lesson, I think, or the tomorrow next lesson, they will start with the past tense verb conjugations. Okay, so this is so it should be a review. We'll go pretty fast with those. So laisu means we're using laisu here because we're talking about whom, the plural, no? So what does the laisa does? Laisa, this is it negates a nominal sentence. No. For example, if you wanted to make this one into a statement, positive statement, so you'd say hum tullabun. Now, hum tullabun. They are students. So this is a statement. But then if you want to say they are not student, so you say hum laisu bitullabin. Because the reason why you have to is something inshallah you will learn very soon in this book, I think. You cannot have this pronoun after the verb. You cannot say laisu hum, you cannot say that. This pronoun has to come because after the verb you only have a parent noun. You don't have a pronoun. Sometimes you can have this is a little bit more advanced things, but by and large you cannot do this. So the way you negate here is that you say you don't even need the whom here. You can just say laisu. Now we have two ways. Remember, we studied two styles. Number one style is that we say laisu bi tullabin. This is the style that I think the book used most often. Okay, laisu bi tullabin. So they are not student. What is another style? You say laisu tullaban. So you make it into mansub. My handwriting is going out of hand here. Laisu tullaban. So hum laisu tullaban. Hakada. So we've done it. We've done it. Just you have to review it a little bit. No. Lasna, these are all verb conjugation. Okay, if you don't know what's going on, why it looks like that, that means you haven't paid attention to the verb conjugation in the last book. But this one is a little bit tricky also because this one has a weak verb. So yeah, dropped. So inshallah, this book will teach you. Just letting you know, this is the third person, feminine plural. Now, now, so we'll just quickly go through them. These are reading comprehensions. So أدخل ليس على الجمل الآتية. Very, very important things. Please do that. At least few of them. I think we went through them. I don't know. Wallahi, these are from the lesson number 2. So I'm not sure what we covered last time and what we didn't. Uh, so I think we did. Can somebody remind me? For some reason, I feel like we've done this. لي ثلاث أخوات أصله ثلاث أخوات لي. So what is he trying to say here? Hmm? When you look into these examples, so what is he trying to point out? He's trying to point out that which one is mubtada and which one is khabar. Now, so which one is mubtada and which one is khabar from here? لي ثلاث أخوات. Hmm. Which one? Which one? Which one? So ثلاث would be مبتدا. 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 And لي is خبر. That's the strangest part here, because you know that mubtada should start, mubtada should come in the beginning, and that's what he's trying to show you. Asluhu, its original statement or original structure was that you would say thalathu akhawatin li. So now it's very clear that this is mubtada and this is khabar, but this is called mubtada mutaakhir. Okay, so fronted predicate. So the predicate comes first. And why it happens, we explained there's many reasons to happen this for this to happen. Usually when we have this type of statements about positional, or when you say something that there is, we have, then usually we make this kind of statement. Okay. And sometimes we do this for other reasons. I don't know. Wallahi, I don't want to get into this topic here right now. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Another quick question. Can I say عندي ثلاث أخوات? Yes, خبر مقدم. Yeah, مقدم. Can we say عندي ثلاث أخوات? No, why not? وما معنى عندي? عندي means what? First, tell me what عندي means. Yes, to have, I have. لي also, what does لي means? Tell me what لي means. It also means I have. Now, so why can I say عندي? I think this is something that we explained to you in the book one. Why we have to say لي in this case? Because you said, no, I cannot use aqil. Yeah, so very good. So we have the li, we cannot use for, I mean, in a spoken, they do use it, but proper is that we use li when we talk about uh human being, like you have something like brother, sister, uncles, whatever, right? Yeah, so it's a permanent connection. It's a good. So when you go a little bit more details, they will talk about this permanent connection. Okay, so right now it's very easy to think about like human being. So here you cannot say li, or you cannot say عندي ثلاث أخوات. And likewise, you shouldn't say li, خمسة أقلام. I have five pens. You would say عندي. عندي would be much, much better. Okay, this is something that we studied in book one, I believe. Another question, why we have ثلاث here? ثلاث. The three is ثلاثة. Okay, ثلاثة. So why we have ثلاث? What happened to the ta marbuta? أخوات is what? Is a plural for أخت. أخت أخوات. Now, so the singular is أخت. So أخت is feminine, so we need to reverse and use masculine. If it was إخوة, so then the singular would be أخ, then you have to say ثلاثة. You say لي ثلاثة إخوة. I have three brothers. Something is very simple, but it can be tricky. So keep these stuffs in your mind. That's all. Keep these stuffs in your mind. Okay, so we have some الكلمات الجديدة. لقاء is to meet. Okay, جيد is good. جيب I think we talked about jaib. What is jaib? Do you, huh? Is a pocket. Very good. What is masrif? Anybody knows? Lot of these words will help you a lot when you know the morphology. Inshallah, the morphology will be studied in book 3. Yes, place of change. Very good. So this is where the bank comes in. Ahsant. So okay. So now this is ism makan. You will learn them in book 3. Very good. What is barqiya? Barqiya is a parcel. Something that's and maktab al barid, post office. Nahar. What is nahar? Hmm? So in the Quran a lot. Anhar, river. Very good. Okay, so that was your lesson number 2. So we have to quickly go through lesson number 3 as well. So we have ad-dars al-thalith. Uh, make sure, guys, you know this construction. Make sure you know this construction. Kam taliban, how many students? You don't use plural like we do in English. We use singular, but we use in the mansub, the fatha state. And here comes arba'ata ashara. Guys, the numbers, these numbers are not easy, okay? So if you read it, pay attention to the rules. What did we say the rule of 1 to 11 to 12? Huh? 11 to 12, the rules is that like an adjective, everything matches. What did we say the rule from 13 to 19? 13 to 19, we said is that the first one, al-juz al-awwal, would be opposite of the ma'dud. See, that's why these terms that I told you last time, adad and ma'dud, you need to learn these, terms. It's very easy to explain. It's very easy to understand. Instead of keep on saying that the things that you're trying to describe or number, it's kind of mouthful. So ma'dud is the thing that you're numbering. So the rule from 13 to 19 is that the first part has to be opposite of the ma'dud, and the second part has to match. Naam. And what did we say about the haraka? This haraka, I don't think the book mentioned. It's something that I just added. I think the book will talk about this in book 3, I think. There will always be fatha. There will always be fatha. Okay? And what did we say is the ma'dud? Ma'dud will be singular and mansub. I don't think book mentioned all of these things, but wallahi, if you keep on hearing this thing, by the time you go to the lesson where book is mentioning, it's going to be easy because this thing requires lots of listening and getting used to it. Now, same thing, tis'ata ashara. So tis'a is the opposite of the ma'dud, which is talib, and ashar is same gender, and then this is singular, and this is mansub. Now, how do you answer this question? Alaysa kadhalik? If you want to say confirm that it is so, how do you answer this? Bala. Don't say naam here. If you say naam here, that means you're agreeing with that it is not like that. But when you say bala, then you're saying of course or yes. No. So these were a few of the things that we learned in the last lesson. And also we also learned this ism tafdil. Ma mana here when you say atwalu talibin. Huh? Atwalu talibin. Atwal comes from طويل. نعم. طويل, which is tall, tallest. Yeah, so here, very good. So if you have in this form, we have اسم تفضيل form, أفعل form, and then what comes after that is singular into majrur, then this is your what is superlative, like the tallest, the biggest, the best. But then if you want to say in comparative, you need to have min. As soon as you see mean, if you don't see mean, just think about, yeah, best way to think about, you're looking for mean. After this form, afala form, if you have mean, that this is the only time you have comparative. If you say atwal, innahu atwalu min Muhammadin, then you say he is taller than Muhammad. Now, then we have what do we have here? Khat, we already talked about. Khat is here. Khat doesn't mean line here, it means your handwriting. Ajmal. So what do you think the ajmal mean here? Huh? If you say khattuka ajmalu, how is this coming? More beautiful. No. What is ka'annahu? First of all, this is among sister of min akhawati inna. Anna is as if. I think this is a better translation. As if. Very good. Okay, look at this sentence structure, the question structure. We had it in lesson 2, I think, or 1, I'm not sure. أكبر منك هو أم أصغر? Here you cannot say أهو أكبر منك أم أصغر. You can't. It might be very tempting, but you can't, because you have to be careful about the options you give him. If you're giving him more than one option, both of the option has to be, first option has to be after the Hamza, and the second option has to be after the So you're giving him option number 1, big, akbar. Option number 2 is small, asgar. Then you are stuck with this construction. Okay, keep them in mind. Mahja is dorm. نعم. Uh, so as you can see, we have a fatha here. Why do we have fatha? Because inna, this is ism inna. فَإِنَّ غُرْفَتَهُ أَوْسَعُ. Subhanallah, here, as you can see, okay, what is the translation would also would be here? If you don't have min, or if you don't have mudaf ilayhi, most of the time, I'm feeling very hesitant to say all the time. I have to double check, guys. I have to double check. Most of the time it would be then. Awsa. Ma mana awsa is from wasi', spacious or wide. Wide or spacious. So it's wider. Okay. Nawafid. Nawafid. We also had nawafid in book 1, which is singular plural for nafida, which is window. Now. Okay, so we don't want to spend so much time. We have so much things to cover. Quickly go through them. I'm thinking. So here, this is amthila. Okay, just pay attention. We have what? Hashim طويل وحامد أطول منه. Min. Okay, Aminatu صغيرة وزينب أصغر min. So what is he trying to show you between using the Hashim and Amina? He's showing you that, look at your ism tafdil, they remain masculine. It doesn't change. So you don't say أصغرت. No. You say أصغر. No. So as you can see, after putting all the haraka, when he's trying to explain to you, then he removes the haraka. Now it's your job to go and do baiti ab abadu an madrasati. Okay, min baitik. So what does it mean? My house is farther. بعيد عن. Remember the word an always goes with بعيد, and min always goes with قريب. Something we've done in book one. قريب. Now, so my house is farther than the school than your house. So it is a little bit tricky because you have two harful jar, so you have to be careful. This harful jar is not going with ad. This is what the tricky part. You might think that, okay, this harful jar is ab, but no, this harful jar, meaning it goes with the it's tricky. It goes with the ba'id because ba'id goes with an, but when you do comparative, the comparative mean is here. So this preposition harful jar goes with the ba'id an, and this preposition goes with that the fact that you are making a comparative statement here. Now, please do them, guys. Can't do every single thing here. So now we're doing superlative. Muhammadun talibun hasanun. He's a good student. You say Muhammadun ahsanu talibin fil fasli. As you can see, when you say a superlative, you know, cannot just say that he's the best, he's the biggest, because you haven't seen everything, right? So that's why we need to have some kind of constraint. If we say he's the best student, well, you haven't seen all the students in the world now. So you need to put some kind of constraint. So as you can see, even here, there wasn't any constraint. He didn't say Muhammadun talibun hasanun fil fasli, but it is added here to give you this notion. You cannot say he's the best student. You have to put some kind of constraint. I mean, you can say it, but then it would be a figurative speaking. It won't be a factual. No. Please do them. Please do them. Guys. What is the ism tafdil of faqir? Same form. This is nothing to it. You bring Hamza, then you put the first letter fa, then you put the second letter, and you put the third letter, root letters, and you remove the ya. Yes, not the root letter. If you don't know the root letters, then just know the faqir and afqar. You just have to memorize. So afqaru. It will always be af'alu form. So it's nothing complicated. Rakhisa, it have rakhisa. How would you translate this one? So this is the form. Look, the pattern is you have Hamza. This is fixed. Then you have one spot, you have two spot, you have the three spot. Okay. The first one, Hamza takes a fatha. Second spot takes a sukun. Third part takes a fatha, and this one takes a fatha, and the last one, it depends. It will be either dhamma or fatha. It can be kasra sometimes, but let's not confuse ourselves. So let's just focus on this form. So we have the hamza, so we have to take the ra here. So we put the ra, then we have put the kha, we put the kha, okay? We put the kha, and then we put swad. But what happened to ta marbuta? Well, nothing. The ta marbuta is not here. So we cannot put the ta marbuta because we don't have any place to put ta marbuta. So that gives you a clue that we have to remove it because there's no other space. So you say arkhasu. Now, so it doesn't matter whether you are describing something feminine. In adjective, yes, you say hadihi sa'atun rakhisatun. This is a cheap watch. You are an adjective. You're making all the rules. Your gender has to match as well. But when you make it into this form, whether comparative or superlative, it always remains in the same form. So please do some exercise. Sahal ashal, rakhis arkhas, okay? Kabir akbar, sagir asgar, hasan ahsan, qadim aqdam, qarib aqrab. Hakadha. It's very simple. Saab asab. Saab, asab, you'll always use it. This is the hardest lesson. Jayed. I'm skipping stuff, guys. I'm skipping. You don't skip. So he's giving you examples of كأن من هذه الطفلة. Okay. Who's this child? كأنها أختك, as if she is your sister. So maybe that she sees some kind of resembles or something else. Then she's saying, okay, looks like, as if. No. And here comes your numbers, guys. Here comes your number. You have أحد عشر طالبا ستة عشر طالبا. So pay attention to all the harakas, not this one harakas, and pay attention that this is singular and this is also mansub. And also all the rules that I cannot repeat these rules, guys, again. All the rules that I mentioned to you, please, please, please. This is the hardest one, I'll tell you. This is the hardest one. From 11 to 19 is probably the hardest. So if you can master this thing, wallahi, your number job is like, I think you've done 50% of the work. I'm not joking when I say this. The most difficult is obviously 3 to 10, but something that we have already covered. And after that, this would be the hardest. I would say this is harder than 3 to 10. So once you master them, I think the rest of the numbers, you will see there's some kind of patterns. It's not that difficult. I know. So do these exercises. Okay, just change this number into, when you start writing in words, you will have to think about all the rules, and this will definitely help you. So now we talked about this, ordinal number. الدرس الأول, الدرس الثاني, الدرس الثالث is very easy, especially from the 3 to 10 is very easy, except for just watch out for the sadis. Okay, all the other numbers comes from the number itself. Okay, ثلاثة, it comes ثالث. أربعة, الرابع. So as you can see the patterns, look for the patterns. It's not that difficult. So he also mentioned that the feminine, here you can easily make feminine by adding tamarbuta. Okay, so for example, if this was al-wahda chapter, you say al-wahda. Okay, al-wahda, then you don't say al-wahdatu al-thalithu. You say al-wahdatu al-thalithatu. Now you add the tamarbuta. But Ali, the first one, awwal, you cannot do that. The first one, it has a special sound. Ula. Okay, you say al-wahdatul ula. You see, here he's showing you نقول, we say الطالب الأول, and we say الطالبة الأولى, first student and first female student. هكذا هكذا. Please do that. Subhanallah, this lesson is super, super big. We did ليس كذلك. أيهما, we talked about أيهما. You have two options. Very simple. أيو and then huma. Which of the two? Now, what is shaqiq? Hmm? Anybody knows what shaqiq means? It's a little bit technical term. No. You're talking about shak. Shak. Shaqiq is actual brother, like blood brother. Okay. Phantom. So where you have both blood brother in a way, like both from the same father and mother. Okay, so this brother is from the same father and mother. What is alam? Alam is world, can also mean flag or something. Shahir, what is Shahir? Hmm? Remember the word mashhur is famous. Now, what is fil manam? This is in the, I think, Quran. What is manam? Dream. It could be dream. It can also be sleep itself, but kind of related. What is la'ib? Hmm? La'ib comes from la'iba. La'iba. Yes, so this is ism fi'l. We will do them. So this is a player. La'iba is to play, past tense. This book doesn't give you a lot of words, but whatever words it gives you, please at least do yourself a favor, put those words in your mind. What is thaman? Also very important word. I mean, useful word. Thaman, anybody knows? Cost, value, price. Yes. If you say thamin, that is pricey. That it would be, if thaman itself doesn't mean expensive. If you say thamin, uh, then then it might be expensive. نعم. Azhar. What is Azhar? It's also Zahra, flower. Very good. Yeah, so these words are common words. Memorize them. جيد. So, okay, so now we can start with our new lesson, subhanallah. And as we always do, we start with the grammar first. Now, next two lessons aren't that big. So our goal would be to cover both of these lessons, inshallah, even if we have to stay a little bit longer. We have to go a little bit, uh, I say a little bit fast, but it never works out. But the pace is fine, but I think we just have to spend a little bit longer time. That's all. So we have a dars al-rabi', fourth lesson, and it starts with, now these are easy, guys. I'm not going to spend so much time, especially in this part, because we've done them in Madinah Book 1. So this is extremely easy review. We have isnadul fi'l al-madi ila dhama'ir. So we have verb conjugation of the past tense verb with the pronouns, basically verb conjugations of the past tense. And this lesson, he did not give you everything. He only give you something called ta'ul fa'il, or you also call it ta' al-mutaharrika. So he says, isnadul fi'l ila ta'i al-mutaharrika. So ta' al-mutaharrika is talking about, remember, if you remember when we did dhahaba, we mentioned to you that very easy five pronouns that you have for the past tense is starts with this one. Dhahaba is he. You add ta with the sukun, and then you add ta with the fatha, and you have ta with the kasra, and you have ta with the dhamma. So all of this gives you five pronouns. Very, very easy. You get five for free. So this ta with the sukun, it is she. This ta with the fatha, it's you, masculine. This ta with the kasra is you, uh, feminine, and tau the Dhamma is I. Now, what this lesson is talking about, it is talking about ta al-mutaharrika, which is the wata with the haraka. Remember, sukun means it doesn't have any haraka. Sukun means no haraka. So when you say ta with the haraka, we are exclusively talking about these three ta. So that's all he's showing you here. How to do these conjugations. You've done it. Nothing to it. Dhahabtu, dhahabta, dhahabti. Just note that the haraka before this ta mutaharrika would be a sukun. Okay? Haraka, meaning there won't be any haraka because sukun is not haraka. So you put a sukun before it. نعم. So we say تقول أنا ذهبت إلى المطار. I went to the, what is matar? Al-matar? Anybody knows? Hmm? Airport. I went to the airport. أنت ذهبت. You went. أنت ذهبت. أنت ذهبتي. So we will talk about this concept of file very soon. So he's saying that this is ta is file is the door. But right now, just focus on this conjugation. It's very simple. Oh, subhanallah, I think he is giving the whole thing. Oh, okay. So that's not too bad. Uh, so he is kind of reviewing, bringing everything what we learned from the book one. Now we have إسناد الفعل إلى واو الجماعة. واو الجماعة. If you go back, remember we had this ذهب and we added wow. This alif is convention. This wow to make it into they. ذهبوا كتبوا خرجوا فعلوا قرأوا. So they. So that is what he's talking about here. These are all review, guys. I genuinely don't want to spend so much time here. So we have dhahabu. This is wow al-jama. And what you can do is, because these are review, please try to memorize these terms. This is going to make you feel more like a grammarian, more like somebody, a serious student. Okay, so memorize them. Ta al-mutaharrika, wow al-jama'a. They have almost every single thing has a name. Okay, so we say al-awladu dhahabu ila al-madrasa. The children or the boys, went to the school. Then we have isnadul fi'l ila nun an-niswa, nun an-niswa, nun an-niswa. So nun an-niswa is this nun, dhahabna, dhahabna. Then we have isnad al-fi'l ila dhamir al-ghaib al-mufrad. So which is, there's no isnad. I mean, it's just the default dhahaba. Now, here's interesting thing. This ta, when you have dhahabat, let me explain to you something. This concept will come in the next lesson, I think. So maybe I might as well explain a little bit. When we say, whatever he's talking here, when we say dhahabta, and we say dhahabti, and we say dhahabtu, believe it or not, these these are pronouns. These are pronouns. These are attached pronouns. So the detached pronoun is ana, the attached pronoun is tu. And a detached pronoun is anta, and attached pronoun is ta. Detached pronoun is anti, and attached pronoun is ti. But when we have here dhahabat, be careful, guys. They don't consider this ta with the sukun as a pronoun. They don't say that ta is the pronoun for here. Instead, that they will say this is the sign, alama of the feminine. Why do they do this? Whole different story. Don't worry about it. But here, just know that this is not, technically, this is not the pronoun. But although the ta, tu, ti, they are pronoun, they will say they are a sign. Because if you remove this would be masculine. So the word we have is masculine. Where did it go? Masculine. By adding ta is makes it feminine, which goes pretty much like how we do in the nouns. Jamil, not Khamil. Jamil is beautiful, and what do? We add the ta as well. We say Jamila. Now this ta is marbuta, and this ta is maftuha. So that's the difference. So do we say, what do we mean by this ta? This ta is only as a sign, alama, that this word is feminine. So that's how they will explain to you. Okay, so this is something to keep in your mind. Make sense? How is it's not translated here? It's not, what does it's not means? It's not means a connection, a reference, something that goes back. So linkage, right? So that means here we're talking about, it's very difficult to translate here. The best translation is conjugation. It means you're connecting the pronoun to the verb. So that's what it means. Remember what we said, oh, not in this class, in Ajrumiya, isnad ilayhi. The isnad is coming with reference to pronoun, meaning file. So the file is being connected. Now, so that's what we mean by when we say verb conjugation. What are we conjugating? We're conjugating the file, we're conjugating the pronoun. Now, so keep that in mind. So this is one technique, tricky things about ta. for feminine ta. Uh, by the way, this ta also called ta at-ta'anis as-sakina. Okay, everything has a name. Now, anything else? We're done with all of them? Subhanallah. I think he omitted the duals. That's fine. Now he gives a little bit of grammar notion here. He says, Al-fa'il dhamir mustatir, taqdiruhu huwa aw hiya. So when we talk about here, it's a little bit grammar. I don't know if the book actually is teaching you or this explanation is teaching you. We'll find out, but it's here. It's not a big deal. We can go through it. So when we say, the reason why I don't want to do it right now, because the next chapter is about file. Okay, so maybe I will leave that one for there. Okay, the next chapter is about file. So we will talk about file. The only thing you have to know here right now is that this ta is not a pronoun. So if it's not a pronoun, we cannot say that this is only the pronoun can be the doer, pronoun can be file, the subject or something. The sign cannot be a subject or anything, right? So here, because this is the pronoun, we can say this pronoun is a subject of the verb or the file. But since this is not a pronoun, you cannot say this is the subject of the verb. So this is something that you have to keep in your mind. So then the question is, where is the subject? Okay, because we said every verb must have a subject. What is the subject for the dhahaba? What is the pronoun dhamir for the dhahaba? What is the subject dhamir? The pronoun for the dhahabat. This is what he means here. He says it is dhamir mustatir. It is hidden naam. It is hidden pronoun. Taqdiruhu. You have to make an estimation. You have to imagine what? For the dhahaba is wa, for dhahabat is here. So this here is not there. It is hidden. So you have to make that assumption. So this type of wording, you will find left and right coming in the grammar book. Dhamir mustatir, taqdiruhu. These words will come. So get used to them. Get used to it. Now, so see what he's trying to explain to you is that dhahaba, this ta is harf. It is not your dhamir, is harf ta'nif, is the particle of feminine. So that means it's all it's doing is making that verb into a feminine. But its pronoun still is hidden. Versus here we can say the pronoun here is the ta. Now, clear so far? So a lot of these things were, the conjugation part at least was from book one, so it's a review. But some of these, technical things about, this pronoun, the ta, and the file, these things will be more clear as we go to the next lesson, inshallah. Next, we have ma and nafiya. So now we have these verbs, past tense verbs. Now the question is, how do we make them into a negate, to negate them? How do we negate them? So we say dhahabu, dhahabu, okay, ilal masjid. So you're talking about these people went to the masjid. So how do you say they did not go? We, believe it or not, we use this ma. Showing it's ma and nafiya. Nafi means to negate. So we say ma dhahabu. So past tense verb, we negate this. There's two ways to negate past tense verb. The other ones will come later. The easiest one is to negate using the ma. Just add ma front of it, and that's it. You're done. You don't have to do anything. There's no changes. This is the easiest way. But I think in English, we don't have that way that we translate, we negate a past tense verb using the past tense verb unless it's some kind of style. We don't say, for example, I ate not. It's probably a stylish way of saying it, but we will say I did not eat. This did not will come later. We also have in English, in Arabic, that we use exactly the same way. We use the present tense verb to negate the past tense. Now, so here it is very easy. Ma and nafiya harf. As I mentioned to you, every time you have anything, any word, it will try to clarify either Ism, fail, or harf. So ma here is harf. But believe it or not, ma can be ism also. Don't think all the ma that you see is harf. Be careful, because when you say ma hada, believe it or not, this ma is ism. How do you know this ma is ism? Not only that we know that this ma is ism, we also know whether what is the role of this ma. This ma has a role of khabar. Subhanallah. How did I get that? This is ism and it is khabar. How? Just answer the questions. Ma hada. You say what? Hada what? Hada kitabun. So this ma is a placeholder for kitab. So if it's placeholder for kitab, then the kitab is ism, then ma has to be ism. And kitab is khabar, and ma has to be khabar. Fahmtum? So this is a little bit technical things. Inshallah, I think it will come, but you should keep this type of knowledge in your mind as well. But here we're talking about this ma. This particular ma is a harf, and it is yunfa bihi al-fi'l al-madi. So we use use this harf to negate a past tense verb. So we have, but how do you answer these questions when somebody asks you, "Adhabta ila al-mahad?" Did you go to the institution? You still say, because of Hamzat al-istifham, somebody is asking you with the question yes or no, then you still have to answer yes and no. So he's trying to clarify that this la, the la is there, but this la is not connected to negating the verb. Okay? This la has to do with the question itself, with the hamza. Yes, naam and la. Then this ma is connected to the verb. So this is a little bit tricky, but if you understand this one, I think you will be fine. ذهبت إلى المعهد, you say la ما ذهبت. So here you have a pause. Okay. This pause is important. I think I gave you that story before that, we had in the Madinah University, we had one student. He's such a, good person, and he will not say anything except saying Ahsanallah ilaik. Ahsanallahu ilaik. Ahsanallahu ilaik. Anything he says, he will say Ahsanallahu ilaik. So, but then the professor asked him question, what is the answer to this question? The answer is no. Then he said, La ahsanallahu ilaik. So then professor was laughing, because then if you say it like that, then you are saying something bad, that Allah will not give you khair. What you have to do is first make a pause, la. Then you say ahsanallahu ilaik. So when somebody is asking you yes no question, if you don't make that pause, it can make it can have negative impact. If you say la ahsanallahu ilaik, then look what he's saying. So you're connecting together. So sometimes la can also be used with the past tense as well. These things will come later. But even if it can come, the meaning, it becomes blurry. So that's what you have to know. When somebody's asking yes or no question, make sure you answer it. And if you need to say something else, there should be a pause, reasonable pause, that people don't get confused. So أنا اليوم ما أكلت شيئا. Okay. I today did not eat anything. فهمتم؟ ما أكلت I did not eat. ما شربت I did not drink. ما أكلت I did not eat. ما شربت I did not drink. ما ذهبت هكذا. Very simple, guys. Very, very simple thing. Very simple thing. Here's another example of la and then negating. Be careful. Need that pause. Now we have لأن. Look what it says. لأن asluhu is original, is that we have this preposition harful jar li, then we have anna. Now, did we have anna, or we only had inna? Did we have anna as well in the previous lessons? I don't think we had the anna in the previous lesson. I would have preferred that he explained the anna first before introducing in li anna. because then it would have been easier. Now that so he's saying that li is for preposition. It says lam, harful jar, which we already know. Li Muhammadin, we know what this li is. This li plays a lot of roles in many different uh, grammatical words. This is one of them. Another one would be li an, but just know that li is a little bit tricky word as well. It has many different meanings, and also it has many different implications. So we have here one usage. So it is still your standard harful jar, but that anna is harf nasb. So what is this anna? This anna is among inna wa akhawatuha. So how many did we have so far? Remember, inna wa what? Akha akhawatuha. Inna and his sister. So we had inna, we had la'alla. Now, then we also had ka'anna. Now, we had ka'anna. Uh, did we have lakinna? I'm not sure. Okay, so let's just add one more, which is Anna. Anna is also among the sister of Inna. So once you know that, all the rules that you have studied before, they will follow through. Okay, they will follow through. You can do the same conjugations. Li annahu, li annaha, li annaka. So what does it mean? By and large, Anna, I don't want to explain the Anna's implication from grammatical perspective right now, but I'll tell you what does the Anna means for more linguistic meaning perspective, something that is more practical meaning, which is we can use as that. And li is for. What is the good meaning? Li Anna for that, because of. Probably the because of would be because of will make more sense. Let us read some examples. So for example, he gave you here ذهب إلى المستشفى لأنه مريض. Now you will know what لأن means. First, what is المستشفى? We had it in book 1. Huh? Hospital, no? Hospital. So who went to hospital? He, whoever that he is. So he went to hospital. Remember, this pronoun here is ضمير مستتر. So this is where your Arabic terms will come into play. So where is the ضمير? Where is the pronoun? We said every verb needs a pronoun. Here you have to say ضمير مستتر. تقديره, its estimate is هو. Now, so he went to the hospital. Why? Now you're answering لأنه, because. I think لأنه the best would be because. Just because of. I don't think we even need because of. Because he is مريض. He is sick. So now we have the sentence هو مريض. هو مريض. هو مريض. So this is your nominal sentence. If you want to say indeed he is sick, then you will say إنه مريض. Now you're saying because he's married, you say li annahu. So it's exactly the same rule that we had before. Li annahu, li annahu, annahu marid. So this who is still your isim anna, and marid would be khabar anna. And if it was a apparent noun like li anna Muhammad, if it was Muhammad maridun, then you will say li anna Muhammad what? Li anna Muhammadan maridun. The same Arab, same rule is there, because this anna is among the sister of inna. Now, so he gives you another example. Raja'at. So what do we say about the dhamir here? What do we say about the file الضمير? We say ضمير مستتر. This ta is not the ضمير. We say ضمير مستتر تقديره what? Here. But actually we have a better here. So these things will come, subhanallah. This file will come here. Here we don't even have to say Here we don't even have to say ضمير مستتر because the file is right here. This is the doer. So we can say that the file is Aminatu. We don't have to say the file is ضمير مستتر. So this concept will explain that a little bit later. That's why I wished he explained the file first. Now, but what we're learning here is that لأنها, again, conjugations, same conjugations as we had with inna, لعل, كأن. You can do the same conjugations with attached pronoun. لأنها, لأنه, لأنهم, لأنك, لأنكم. All of them will work. لأنها مريضة, because she is sick. And the last thing that we have here is al-istifham al-manfi. Al-istifham al-manfi. And he says, سبقت دراسته في الدرس الثالث فارجع إليه رعاك الله. So he's saying that we already talked about this type of negations. What he's talking about is أليس كذلك, that type of negation that we had. We already studied this in the previous lesson. فهمتم؟ Al-istifham al-manfi is the negation question that you start with the negation. أليس كذلك, isn't it so? So isn't, so you already have the negation there. Then the answer is always bala for the affirmative.